Most beginners waste hours trying to organize their contacts inside of HighLevel. Watch this video to master your CRM and turn it into a lead generating machine. Also, follow my action steps so you can actually get hands-on practice with this in this video so you can learn as fast as possible. Let's jump right in. So first up in this 5-part free course series on YouTube is going to be the CRM. The CRM is the heart of GoHighLevel. Contacts are everything, and managing them well powers all other features. This is very important because you cannot really have HighLevel without contacts. They are the flow of everything, and opportunities and pipelines help organize said contacts. So in this video, we're going to be going in depth on the contacts tab, and also in the opportunities tab, going over building pipelines, managing pipelines, and how this ties into HighLevel as a whole. So get ready for a super in-depth tutorial. And the last thing I want to say about doing it in this order is once you understand the contacts and you understand how the flow of, people coming into HighLevel works, it makes everything easier. I'm telling you, like, just this building block of this tiny piece will make everything else fall into place. It'll make you understand automations better, marketing better, billing, like the whole flow of selling customers and having your customers, get more customers. It starts with the CRM. So in my opinion, this is one of the fastest ways to understand and master the base and core of HighLevel, which is the CRM. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So you're going to come into HighLevel. You're going to go right down to contacts right here, and you'll be brought to a page that looks just like this. The first thing I want to do is just show you what you can do with the contacts tab and why this is so important that you learn this first. Contacts are the lifeblood of GoHighLevel. They enable almost every function in GoHighLevel to work. Learning about contacts first will, by default, enable you to learn many other functions in GoHighLevel because they are essential to how a CRM works. With contacts, you will be able to learn and do database reactivation, email marketing, SMS marketing, reputation management, getting reviews, mastering the GoHighLevel CRM, referral campaigns, client retention campaigns, and so many others that I could not fit on this list because it would just be slide after slide. I'm going to repeat myself. This is one of the most important parts about HighLevel because once you learn this, you really understand how everything works. Automations work better. The calendars work better. The whole GoHighLevel CRM opens up once you understand the contacts tab. I cannot tell you how many people I talk to and coach that have no clue about this. They're like, yeah, I understand contacts. And then I ask them a question and they have no clue. And I'm like, if you just understood this one part, your whole CRM would fall together and you'll do much better. Learning this will help significantly reduce client churn, meaning you will keep your clients paying you way longer. Again, very important. You have to pay close attention to this video because if you get this juiced into your head, this will improve your SaaS agency, AI agency, whatever you're using by so much. So please pay close attention because all this stuff can really be unlocked once you learn the contacts tab. By the way, there is a boatload of money in these things. This is high dollar value right here. You learn this, you master it, money is most likely going to come your way. Let's jump right in. So you're going to come right into HighLevel, go into the contacts tab. I'm going to do this tutorial from bottom up. We're going to start down here. We're going to move to this bar. We're going to move to this bar. We're going to move to smart lifts. And then we're going to move just up here so you understand everything. First is your entire contacts list down here. If you have hundreds, it'll just have pages to go through. All this is your contacts database. So for example, it would be names, phone numbers, emails, all stored right here. So you can see every single customer, client, employee, everything as far as clients and leads will be right here. So you can see everyone. The first thing you have is the individual contact itself. So we click my name right here, Declan O'Reilly. You're going to see a whole list of different stuff. And a lot of people don't even understand and don't utilize this. This is amazing. So you have every personal bit of detail on them. Name, phone number, all that good stuff. You have where they're at in courses. You have everything. You can even add them to courses, communities, add them to opportunities. Every data point on a contact is right in here. Then over here, this is really cool because you have an activity log. So you can see where every single contact is in HighLevel and what they did. So did a contact go to your website? Did a contact fill out a form? Did a contact book an appointment? And it will literally give you a step-by-step process of every single lead. Really important, quick preview to the future. This is how chatbots are going to crush in the future in AI agents because it's going to see the whole journey and path from where a lead came in and where they're at, and it'll know exactly what they're doing. See, the CRM isn't just magical. It doesn't just know basic stuff by guessing. It knows because it has data points on where every single contact went. Here too, you have tasks. So what tasks are, on this contact? You come in here, you have notes. So, any sort of basic data points about a client. You have anything with calendars and appointments. You have anything with documents that they sign a contract. You have all payments. And then you have associations, which is part of custom objects, which is huge. This is a new feature. It's going to be big for the future. But this basically is just an entire list of data points on each contact. And to access this again, you just find the contact you want and you click their name and it brings it all up. So then you can understand the entire format of that client. So once you understand the contacts and you see where they're at, we then have the first bar, which is right here, which this is just how to segment and order all your contacts. The first thing will be columns. This is a way to order. So if we come right here, we get rid of, let's say, phone. See, it gets rid of it. We get rid of tags, it gets rid of it. We add additional emails, it adds it. We add additional phones, it adds it. You just click these on and off, it adds it. Whatever you want, you can click them all off if you want, and you only have those bars. But the columns is just a way to basically segment said list, said leads, whatever. That way you can see, okay, what do I want here? I want emails, I want phone numbers, and I want favorite Pokemon game. Whatever you want, you add it right here. That way, everything is broken down into columns. And again, to do this, you just click these on or off, and it will do it right here. And again, to do this, you just click columns, toggle which one's on off by clicking the button, and then you have filtered it the way you want. Then after that, we have quick search. So this is just a way to find people. So let's do Declan. Boom, all the contacts with Declan. So you can now see what that contact is. This is just a quick way to find a contact if you're looking for them. Over here, we have more filters. This is a way to filter the contacts. This is how we're going to create smart lists, which we're going to get to in a second. But let's say we want to do just by tag. So we're going to do tag is hot lead, and we click apply, and it's going to bring all the contacts that have the hot lead tag. So this can really be whatever you want it to be. You have first name, email. I mean, you literally have everything you could possibly want. And this is how you're going to create a smart list, which again, we're going to get into in a second. This is really great for just filtering how you want the contacts to create a smart list. And again, you just come right in here, you click this, you just pick what you want to filter by, what email, you plug in email, whatever you want it to be. And then it's going to filter all of these by a certain data point, and then you can create a smart list off of that. So now that you understand these and you understand how to segment it and you understand how to filter and segment and do stuff with the columns, we now have all these quick features, which I'm going to show you right now. So the first thing right here is how to add a contact manually. You just click this, you put in the first name, we'll do test, we'll do last name, test, we'll put email, test123@gmail.com, and you put in whatever features you want, your phone number, data points, and you click save. And you see it'll pop up right here. We now have a contact created. Very simple. You just follow along and put in your info. Then right here, we'll add pipeline change. If you go over here in opportunities and you have your pipeline set up, you can automatically move manually, and you might not want to do this because it takes a lot of time, manually move a contact to another opportunity. You can pick the pipeline, click the stage, add the name, the source, the lead value, and click add update opportunity. That's going to come right in opportunities and manually update said contact in the pipeline or the opportunity, so you move it through. And again, that's just a manual way to do it. It's like this. We come right up here, and this is how you can add an individual contact to an automation or a workflow you have set up. By the way, automation workflow, same thing. We click OK, proceed. We pick appointment reminder. We would put the action name. Again, there's a million different ways you could do that. And then you just click add to automation. And this will take this lead and go right into the automations and add them in. And it's as simple as that. You just plug it in and you can now add any of your contacts to an automation. So now what we can do is we can send SMS. We click the lead, click send SMS, and this is a way to send one SMS at a time or multiple. You could go, I want to send it to this guy, 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 I want to send it to this guy. And then it would send bulk, or you can do one. This is just a quick way to do it. You would click this, click OK, proceed, put the phone number in, the exact text message, the action, send SMS, and it will immediately send an SMS to all of the contacts you selected. Same thing with email. Select what you want. Do you want one? Do you want many? Click this right here. Okay, proceed. Pick your email template, or if you don't have one, you just skip that. Your name, the email you want to plug in, the email subject, the body of the email, how you want to send it, put the action in and click send email, and it will immediately send. This is just a quick way to do this. It's like a fast link. So you can just come in, as opposed to setting up a workflow or trying to send in bulk. You'd be like, okay, I need to send one to Desmond, Amanda, Rebecca, Chanel. Let me just quickly select them and send it. Once you have that, you can also come in here and manually add a tag. So you have all these selected. You pick the exact action names, adding tag or whatever you want. You get to pick from your tags. Let's do hot lead. We'll click that and we'll do add tags. Boom, look at that. all of the hot lead tag was added. Simple as that. Then we'll come here. We'll click this, and this. And we're going to go, okay, what's this? Remove tags. So we're going to come right in here. We're going to click remove tags or whatever you want. Remove all tags, but we're just going to click the hot lead. We're then going to click remove tags, dismiss, and refresh. And look at that. All the tags are gone. How cool is that? Now, if we want to delete a contact, we would click this or click as many as you want. You can click this right here and it will select all of the contacts you have. We'll just click this and we're going to go right up here to delete contact. We're going to follow this exact thing because we want to get rid of this contact. We're going to click delete. We're going to click dismiss. We're going to refresh. And look at that. It's gone. So that's how you delete it. And then we'll click some more of these and move on to this one. This is send review requests. So if you're trying to get reviews for reputation management, you would click OK, proceed. And you don't exactly want to go right into automation. You would just click the exact request you want set up, put in the action name, and send review requests. And what this is going to do is it's immediately going to text, email, however you have it configured back in reputation management. I have full videos on that. And it's going to send them a bunch of requests to say, hey, please leave a review for my Google business profile. Please leave me a review for Facebook. Killer for reputation management. Again, there's other ways of doing that, but this is a quick way to immediately do it. Then right here, we have export contacts. So this is if you want to get rid of contacts, meaning like you pull them out of HighLevel and put them somewhere else. So we click that button, we click export all contacts, and then put them in a CSV and just download them. This one is the opposite. You're going to click import contacts and follow this basic guide, which is going to be you start, you're going to upload, you're going to map them, so in which fields, then you're going to verify which ones you want, and then click next. This is how you bring in a list. So again, this one's really important because a lot of you guys have this question. If you are importing a list to GoHighLevel, you would just come in and follow this exact steps. That way you can be like, okay, do I want a list? Yes, I want a list. Lists are very important. You reach out to your customer, they send you a CSV via email or however, and you click this and you follow the steps and you import the CSV into HighLevel, and now you have all of their contacts added in. Super easy, super straightforward. Then over here, we're going to have add edit company. So this is a way where, as opposed to just filtering by contacts, you can filter by business entities. And you put in the action name, you select the company. By the way, we haven't done this. We're going to go over this in a second. It's this little tab up here. But this is a really good way in case you have a bunch of businesses and it's not just leads. You have multiple organizations within a sub account. You can add, let's say, John's Plumbing or Dave's HVAC, whatever you want. You would just click it and add it in right there. Right here, this is bulk WhatsApp. So just like I showed you over here, you can select all or pick individual ones and send a quick email blast or quick text blast. You can do this with WhatsApp. So how cool is this? So you pick the exact WhatsApp number, the WhatsApp message template. By the way, I have full videos on this if you're confused, the action, and then you click confirm. And what this is going to do is this is immediately going to blast all of the people for WhatsApp, all of the WhatsApp contacts you have, and that will immediately message all of them. You could ask them for reviews, send promos. Super awesome. Like, such a good feature that they added. You can do that very easily. I also have videos on everything WhatsApp chatbot, WhatsApp review campaigns for reputation management, some really cool stuff like that. Basic stuff like that. So you can add it and then you can just gather a ton of reviews for WhatsApp. And then right here, merge up to 10 contacts is a good way to get rid of duplicate contacts, to put contacts onto one and consolidate if you have a ton of them. So that's the entire second bar. So now that you understand how to filter, all of the quick actions, we move on to the smart lists bar, which is one of the focal points of the contacts tab, which is amazing. So all a smart list is a list of filters on the contacts where you can quickly go in and quickly send a message. So for example, if you want to create a smart list on, let's say, the missed call or hot lead tag, you would have that. So everyone that has that tag, you can immediately just click this and then just go send. Very helpful, very straightforward. So what I'm going to do is show you how this works so you then have a simple way to just quickly blast people. Trust me, this saves you a ton of time. So to create a smart list, all you're doing is adding filters and then saving as a smart list. Again, I'm going to walk you through this, but this is really important. All a smart list is saved filters. That's it. It's not some magical thing from the ether here. So we'll come right in here and we'll go, let's pick filter. So we're going to come to tag. That's a classic one. So we're going to do tag is, and there's so many options here. We'll do hot lead. So we're going to click this. We're going to click apply. So what it's going to do is it's going to bring all the people up that have that tag. And this could be everyone that has this email, everyone that has this opportunity, whatever you want. It'll bring all the people that have that in common. And then you go right down here. And this applies for everything, whatever, thing you want. It'll have this little thing once you apply and you click save as smart list. You'll name it. So this is going to be hot lead, and we're going to click save, and boom, how cool is that? So now we have a smart list. So what we can do is we can come right in here and go hot lead, and it brings up all the people with hot lead, and that's called a smart list. So it's saved filters right there. So you don't have to keep coming in and going, okay, this is the filter I want, and you have to, go through it and waste a lot of time. You just can immediately come in and click it right off the bat. What's cool about this too, if you're using automations or email campaigns, whatever you're doing, what you can do is you can send to smart lists. So in emails, you can just click smart list and it will just send to a smart list. Smart list is one of the most powerful ways to segment groups of leads and have things automated. This is just some advanced stuff for you. But when you start using smart lists properly, you can set up automations going, whenever this guy gets sold or is a new lead or gets bought by X, Y, and Z, it will send them into the smart list. So the automation will put people in a smart list depending on whatever you're trying to do, selling, adding, upselling, whatever. And that way your smart lists are growing on themselves. This is great for communities too. That way you can have automatic lead gen campaigns or whatever, where you're hands off. You save all of your time and the robots do the work for you, but you have to segment my smart list so the robots know what's going on. So again, I'm going to walk you through this and just show you how to build this. We're going to come right in here. We're going to do more filters. This time we're going to come down here and pick something different as opposed to tag. We will do pipeline. So we're going to do is pipeline 2. So we're going to pick that. We're going to click apply. Boom. We got Chris Trees and Melissa in this smart list that we're about to create. So again, I put in the filters. Okay, we see the people that are connected to this pipeline, and then we click save as smart list. Once we click save as smart list, we will do pipeline dose, and then we click save. And boom, now we have this too. So we can come right in here and we click this right here, pipeline 2 and hot lead. How cool is that? Now that we're on this, I just have to show you this really fast. You have all your smart lists and you're like, this is really cool. I love this, but how do I delete these or edit these? You come right up to manage smart lists, and it will give you a list of all of your smart lists. What you can do here, which is really cool, is you can move this. So we want hot lead first. Oh, no. We want hot lead second. You can edit them right here. What you can do is you can copy the smart list. So we'll click copy. We'll do pipeline 2 copy. Boom. We now have trace. Then we come right in here to move that to the side. You can edit smart list name it whatever you want. And then you can delete smart list. We don't want smart list anymore. We're just going to delete this one, and we're going to delete this one. We're only left with one. Manage smart list is how you manage all of your smart lists. You can delete, edit, copy, whatever you want. So now that you understand how the contacts work, you understand this bar and how to segment, you understand all these quick actions, you understand smart lists and how to manage them, we now have this final top bar for you to understand. So the first thing is bulk action. So all this is any sort of bulk actions you've done. Watch, I'll show you one right now. This would be a bulk action. We click these two and we delete them. Okay, we don't want these two. Get out of the CRM. We click delete. We click delete. We dismiss, and then we come into bulk actions, and you'll see right here, February 11th is exact time. Boom, just delete it. All bulk actions is every single thing you've done, so you can see a data log and activity of what's going on. So you're like, okay, where did that lead go? How did that phone number get added? You come to bulk actions, and you'll see what's going on here, which is really cool. That brings me to my next point, which is restore. GoHighLevel added this feature because people were deleting contacts and getting really disappointed. This is a way to restore your contacts. So remember, we just deleted Amanda Reynolds and Desmond Denethor. We'll go, we want these awesome people back. So we click these right here, okay? And we click restore. We click confirm. These contacts that were just previously deleted. We're gonna refresh this and look at that. They have been resurrected. So they're back. So restore is just a way to get back contacts that you deleted, which is very handy. This is any sort of tasks you have on someone. So you can be like, okay, right here, Mary Gordon, 5 p.m. on Tuesday needs to build a website. This is basically like Trello or one of these project management softwares. This just adds a way for you to add tasks, which is like making people do certain things in a high level, which is like employees and other stuff like that. So you put the title in, the description, the date, is it a recurring task? You can pick the contact you want to add the task to, and then assign the employee. That way you understand exactly what's going on. You can assign people real data points and make them do work. And that's just a good way to basically keep employees on task and you understand exactly what's going on. Companies, we talked about this earlier. This is a way for you to filter by companies. If you have multiple organizations within one sub account, you would come in here, click the company name, the phone, the email, the website, you put in all of their basic details, click save, and then you'll have a company in here. And that way, when you come back to smart lists and you can see right here, add edit company, and you click these, you'll be able to add the company to the contacts. So now that you've gone through all of these, last but not least, you have this little cogwheel, and this brings you to custom fields. I have a full video on this, so I'm not going to go really in depth on this because it's actually simple. These are just the fields you can have within all of HighLevel that are custom. For example, if we come back to contacts, these are fields. You may have one that's different, like favorite Pokemon card. That doesn't exist in HighLevel, or favorite soccer team, or favorite UFC fighter, whatever you want. That's a custom field. This can be literally anything you want, but they don't have these in HighLevel. So when you come here, you can add it. You just do add field, click single line, whatever placeholder that works. We click next and add the field name. So Pokemon, I don't even know how to spell Pokemon. Card, pick custom object, click save. We're going to contact, click save. Now it's been saved. If we come back and have a field we want added here, and then we come right in here, we come to columns, we scroll down. Aha, favorite Pokemon card. Now look at that. Isn't that cool? We now can filter by favorite Pokemon card. Again, the reason this is important is not that a service-based business leader has this, but you can have whatever you want in HighLevel. That way you can add literally anything. That's just a great way to further segment so you have everything you could possibly need. So that's the contacts tab. So if you like what you're seeing and you do want to learn HighLevel even faster, I have a 30-day free trial link down below where when you sign up for that, you're going to get access to all of my bonuses. Okay, so that's even more help to help you learn HighLevel faster. So that's 4 live coaching calls every single week that you can attend for free. That's courses on even more in depth on how to sell HighLevel, how to master HighLevel even deeper, all kinds of stuff. There's a private community where you can post questions, interact with students. We got free AI prompts. We got tons of snapshots, built out, done for you systems, and so much more. Okay. And that is all right down below. And you get all of that free for signing up with that 30-day free trial link. That way you get all the bonuses free. And again, I'm telling you guys, it's like $10,000 worth of bonuses for free once you sign up with HighLevel. You don't have to pay me anything for it. So make sure that if you are interested, you go down below and you click the link. And even if you are like, I'm not really sure, I recommend you click the link and just look at what I have there. The testimonials, the case studies, just so you can see what's going on. Also, if you have any hesitations or any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below so we can answer and address any of them. So again, thank you guys for watching so far in the video, and make sure you go check that out. Back to the video. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come into your sub account and you're gonna come right down to opportunities, and you'll be brought to a page like this. So the first thing I wanna do is break down what opportunities are, what pipelines are, and what stages are, so you understand how this whole thing works. So the first thing we start with at the very top is pipelines. And pipelines are just a way to track your deals as they move through different stages. It is the pipeline that has all of your leads / prospects in it. We then have stages. So each pipeline has multiple stages, and stages are steps that show where a deal is in your sales process. So new lead, warm lead, hot lead, whatever they are in your pipeline, this is where the stages come into play. And again, pipelines have multiple stages. These are the stages, okay? You have new lead, book call. They'll pop up like this on the dashboard. Then last but not least, we have opportunities, which are also leads, prospects, whatever you want to call it. So opportunities are potential customers you're trying to convert into sales. And every stage has multiple opportunities. So the way this works, the hierarchy is it starts with pipelines. Each pipeline has multiple stages. Then each stage has multiple opportunities. So you have your overarching pipeline with your stages, and each one of these stages has the leads, the people you're trying to close, and they get moved from step to step. So that way you can have a sales process that makes sense. So for example, you would come into a pipeline. If you just have one stage where it's just leads, it doesn't move. You can't track, you can't tell. But with multiple stages, and this is where automations come in handy, you would have a hot lead, booked call, closed. That way you could see all of the leads you have this one. Then okay, I can set up a follow-up. So all these hot leads get followed up, get them booked on appointments, and then sold. And again, every stage has multiple opportunities. And again, opportunities are just another name for leads. And this is what the leads look like, or the opportunities. They're these little guys right here, and they're filled with all the detail and info on each lead. And you can just move them just like this. But that's basically the way it works overall. And that's kind of how the entire opportunity slash pipelines hierarchy works. So now that you understand that, now it's time to walk through and create your pipeline. So we can create your stages and then fill it with opportunities. So we're going to come right into pipelines. So the first thing we're going to do is click this right here, create new pipeline. And then we're going to put in the name. So this name will be sales pipeline or whatever, you want to have. So now that you've created that, we now need to create the stages. So remember what I said earlier, each pipeline has multiple stages, and this is warm lead, hot lead, cold lead. So what we're going to do is new lead plus stage. By the way, this is just adding, if you want to see the pie chart to the funnel, and then this is to delete it. So these are just basic stuff you want to have, but you already have this right here and you can toggle these off or on, but I would just leave them on. So we're going to have new lead. We're then going to have booked app, which is booked appointment. Then we're going to have, let's do hot lead after they've done the appointment. Maybe they haven't gone all the way through. And then we're going to do sold, and then we're going to do upsell. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. And again, you're gonna put what you have for your sales process in here. I don't know what your sales process looks like. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below and I will answer it. But for this, I'm just putting in a makeshift stage. So you just put your exact sales process in here. And once you have all of these stages designated, you'll then just click save. And then if we refresh the page right up here, okay, we can now see it right here. So what you can always do with these is you can click this to edit it again, to add stages or anything else, or the trash can to delete it. But now we're going to go over to opportunities and I'm going to show you how to toggle in and out. So right here, if you click this drop down, you'll see all of your pipelines. So we're going to click our sales pipeline and now you'll see it. So remember the stages we created, they pop up like this. So you just pick what pipeline you want. And then when you have your pipeline picked, we then have a couple options up. So the first thing is toggling the view. So do you want it to be like this, where it's spread out with the four, or do you want it to be a list? Which I'll show you what this looks like if we go right here. This just has them all booked out like that. So what we can do is we can pick, either one on your preference. But then if you have a bunch of leads from another software, another pipeline, you can then just add them in just like this. Do contacts and opportunities, and you just follow these 4 steps. Start, upload, map, verify. Once you go through this all right, you would click next, and then all you'd have to do is upload them, and then you'll have all of your leads, pipelines from wherever else you have them in here. And again, that would be under bulk actions. Once we have that, then we go right over here just to see us. We can export this pipeline if we're moving to another software or to another pipeline, or we can restore the opportunities if you've deleted. Then down here, you can put any sort of advanced filters just to target, per person or whatever you're going for. You can sort by, date created on, last stage. This is just basic filters. And if you understand high level, you already understand how these filters work. So it's just like that. And then you come right over here and you can search for any, leads, opportunities, whatever you want right there. And then managing fields is just managing if you want custom fields or anything like that, or the card layout, which we're going to get to in a second, which is this down here, which is just, picking what you want to have in there. But now that you understand the basic layout of how the opportunities tab works and kind of what's going on, we're now going to add some opportunities. So we're going to come right into add opportunity, and you're going to have 2 different ways you can do this. So the first way is just adding in a contact. By the way, these are all fake contacts. None of this is real. We'll come right in here and you can add a contact. So we'll do Desmond Denethor. So we'll click that and we'll just click create. Okay. And immediately what it's going to do is it's just going to add in, okay, Desmond Denethor to the exact lead. And that way you can just come in and go, okay, I want all these people. And that's where the import thing comes, where you can just take a bunch of people from contacts and dump them in, or you can manually do it. So that would be picking primary email. So we'll do, let's pick one right here. We'll do Amanda Reynolds. So we'll just say we already clicked this. So we put an email, you put in the phone, whatever you want there. You put in the opportunity name. Okay. You pick the pipeline, which one? So we're doing the sales pipeline. You pick what stage, new lead, booked appointment, hot lead. Remember the stages we created, you assign it to that stage. Do you want the status open, lost, won, abandoned? By the way, these are the statuses, which is basically open is ready to go. Lost is like it's done, won, it's sold, and then abandoned is like they're terrible. That's an easier way to put it. Opportunity value, this is how much said lead is worth. You put this in. High level doesn't put this in. So you designate. Do you want it to be worth $9? Is it, $100? You would designate the lead worth. And again, when you bulk upload, you can put these in so you understand. But this is important so you can see how much money is in your sales pipeline. And then from there, you can put in the owner, which is just adding someone to it. Same thing with followers. You can put a business name and an opportunity source. So simple stuff like that. But more importantly is the tags, because the tags are what's going to enable your sales process to be fully automated. So again, depending on what tags you have, you want to add these. So if it's a hot lead, whatever, you would add that, because later in the video, I'm going to show you how to automate this entire thing. So that's how you would do it manually. You just fill out all this info and then you click create. And then from there, you basically get all of it right in here. So the whole goal with this, I'm I'm going to explain this in the automations part, is to have this completely automated. Because if you don't have it automated, you'll literally be going like this, moving stuff from pipeline to pipeline, checking as they close, they warm, what tags they have. You can automate this entire thing. So all you have to do is dump leads into the system, and this will categorize. It'll hit them with messages. Chatbots will attack them. So in order for that to happen, we first have to have this properly set up. So we're just going to add one more lead, one more opportunity to this, and then we're going to kind of do some testing. So we'll do Chanel Waters. We're going to click create. Okay. And we'll wait till she pops up. So to make sure you have this all properly set up, you need to understand how all this works. So in each lead, you have all this info and you can add stuff manually. So the first thing right here is view in conversation. So if we click this, all it's going to do is take us to the conversations tab where you'll have all their info, just like in here, where you'll see the conversation you've had going back and forth with said lead. Then we have add tags. You can manually add tags. By the way, I'm just showing you how to do all this manually. We can automate this later. This is a way to quickly manually add said tag. And you would take the tag you want, and then you click update, and it will then add the tag. So if we come right over here, okay, we'll now see that this has a tag added right there. Google review given. So it now has the one. Then over here, we have add notes. And by the way, it's all right here. I'm just showing you on the card way. Adding a note is like, she is amazing lead. Whatever you want to say, just a note on the person, or they weren't ready to buy, whatever it is. And again, this is going to be important for AI chatbots in the future, but that's where you would just add a note. So you would click save. Okay. And as you see here, it'll be popping up little numbers designating what's on it. And then right here, you can add a task. Do you want this person to be building a website? Do you want this person to be buying this? It's basically you're assigning a task to the user. I've gone over this in other videos, but you would just plug in exactly what the title, the description, who it's assigned to, and when it is due. And then you would click add task, and that would also pop up. Then last but not least, we have add an appointment. This is just a manual way to select exactly what calendar you want, picking the time slot, and then adding them to appointment. You don't need to do this all like this though. This is just a manual way, if there's a bug in the system, to go in and play with it. So that's what all of these do. That way you can see and understand exactly what is going on. And then right up here in manage fields, you can manage the way these layouts. So what they have here, you know what I'm saying, the conversations tab, the call, all this stuff through this by selecting exactly how you want this whole thing to be laid out, which is really great if you're trying to kind of tweak stuff and make your user interface look different. Or if your sales process is different, you would just add it like that. But that's just a little extra customization added on. So now that you understand the basics of this, so how to build a pipeline, how to put in the stages, how to put in your leads, you know, opportunities, all this stuff. By the way, if you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Again, I answer very fast. Now that you understand this entire process and you can build a pipeline, you're going to want to automate it, because this is how you'll make a ton of money and get all of your time back, especially in the age of AI. So a big problem I see with so many people is they'll build these intricate pipelines, but they'll literally be like this. Okay, my lead, look at this. Like, oh, he just moved to hot lead, and they're manually moving this stuff. And it's like, what are you doing? Because you could just have all of your lead flow, whether that's a contact form, whether that's a Facebook lead form, whatever it is, how your leads come into your business, you can just dump it into a pipeline and automate this entire thing. So each one moves automatically, and it assigns tags and assigns this, and it adds SMS follow-ups, and AI chatbots kick in. And if you can automate a sales process, not only for your business will you save a ton of time and make way more money, if you are an agency, you will be able to absolutely enhance any business's sales process, which means they will pay you way more money. So like, pay attention. So what we're going to do is we're going to come right down to automations, and I'm not going to go super in depth on every little intricate part, because I have other videos on automations, and I really recommend you watch those. But I'm just going to show you the basics of kind of how to navigate this, because there's so many different options depending on your business. But you're going to do start from scratch. The first thing, as always, name your automations. We'll just do sales pipeline. Now, just to let you know, you can get away with one automation for your entire pipeline. Now, I know a lot of people have like 26 automations for their entire pipeline, which if your pipeline is very intricate and very complicated, then yes, by all means do that. But if you have a relatively simple sales process, one pipeline plus AI, you're pretty much taken care of. So the first thing you're going to need to do is have a way for all of these leads to get into the pipeline. So that could be form, submitted. That could be Facebook lead form submitted. It could be TikTok form, whatever it is. It could be website, which I don't know, because I don't know what your business is, but you're going to have a way for these leads to be put right into the pipeline. So that's always the first part. And just understand, again, drop comments if you're confused. You're going to have a way for these leads to immediately get pumped into said pipeline, because what you don't want to happen is you're constantly manually immediately adding these. As soon as the lead comes into your business, you want that lead to immediately be put into the pipeline if you have a big sales process. The first thing is just defining what that is. So we'll just do form submitted. Again, you pick whatever you want, pick exact form, what it is. I don't know what your sales process is, so I'm kind of doing this very vaguely. But then from there, it's going to cascade. I'm going to show you a couple different options just so you understand this. And I have full videos on automations, by the way, so please check those out if you're confused on all this, or drop a comment, because this does get pretty intricate. But I'm just going to show you a couple things you need to know so you can immediately start putting stuff in here, okay, and having this pipeline automated. So then after that, a really important thing that you're going to have to add many different times is this right here, which is the create update opportunity. Now, again, we're going to have this sending them SMS, I'm going to send the email. I have other videos on that, so please watch those if you're trying to learn like that side of things. Right now, I'm just showing you that you're going to need to understand the create update opportunity, because when you do, that's what's going to manually go ching and send them, book a call, book this. It'll get them off of sold. It'll put them in upsell. It'll do that all automatically. And a lot of people don't even know this, but this is what you're gonna need. So you're gonna have create update opportunity. You're gonna pick the exact pipeline you want this in. So we'll do sales pipeline, the exact stage. So we'll do new lead. Okay. Opportunity name. I always just do custom. I'll do contact full name. You can do phone number too. You just want basic stuff so it understands it. And then an opportunity, we'll do contact source. So we'll do contact, we will do source, contact source. Lead value, put in whatever you want for that. Again, I don't know your business. And then you come right down here. This is my pre-built automation I have here. Then again, you can add fields like lead score and all this other stuff. But then right here, you might want to add this, which is allow opportunity to move to any previous stage in the pipeline. So this is important if, someone doesn't book a card, like I'm not really interested or whatever, it then goes back to being a hot lead, not sold, or however you do that. Again, your sales process is different than everyone else's, so you have to figure that out. But what I'm just showing you here is this is like a rough way to do it for mass. And then allow duplicate opportunities, which is just allowing multiple of the same opportunity in your pipeline, which you can allow or not. But then we would save action. Now, here's the thing. It's impossible for me to just build a generic one for everyone's sales business. So I'm just giving you the idea. I have full videos on this on my channel, so check them out. But the concept is understanding first, you have to have the leads coming in, and then just understanding how to update and change the opportunity. And even coming in here and doing remove opportunity is going to be very important, because you can do all opportunities in the selected pipeline or opportunity that triggered this workflow. Because if you come in here and you have someone that didn't get sold and they said, I do not want to buy, like I hate you then want to move them. Again, the whole point of this is having an automated sales process where all you do is dump leads into the pipeline. And I know this is more vague, but I'm trying to just show you that these things and automations, again, full videos on my channel to explain this all. These things are what you're going to be using the bulk of in order to get these things to move automatically. And from there, it's just adding update opportunity, remove opportunity, send SMS, add the chat bot, whatever it is down this line, just continually selecting more and more. That way, this whole process from each stage gets automated. Because what's really important is understanding how stages work. That's why I recommend you watch this video again if you don't understand the stages, because the stages are how the automations are really going to work smoothly. The pipeline and the opportunity are just down here. The stages are what make everything kind of come together. So that is extremely important to understand. So with this, just understand that whatever your sales process is, the first thing is you have to have those leads dumped into the pipeline. So you pick that and make them go into the pipeline. Then from there, it's just sending SMS, creating and updating opportunities, and then removing opportunities. That way, all you have to do is start dumping leads in, and then this entire process will work on its own. And then if you have an automated system or you have salespeople, they'll know exactly what to do. They won't have to come in here manually doing this and that and tricking around. It'll do all of it, which saves a lot of time. You sell more leads and everyone makes more money and everyone's happy. Again, when your clients are happy, you make more money. So just keep that top of mind. So that's in a nutshell. So these are part one, okay, action steps for the CRM section of this free course. Please pause the video and do these, guys. If you don't follow everything, you're not going to get the full benefits and master this faster. The first thing I want you to do is add 5 contacts to your CRM. They can be dummy contacts, but I want you to go in, I want you to go into the contacts tab, and I want you to add 5 of them. Or you can do a bulk upload if you want, but just get 5 contacts and walk through the process of actually putting these in your CRM. This is so important to actually do these, because this is going to also give you that real test, that actual I did it knowledge that's going to help give you the confidence to sell more people. Number two, you need to set up one pipeline with stages. And it can be 2 stages, 3 stages, whatever you want, but just follow the video, okay, and make sure you go through and you actually set up a real pipeline. Like I'm telling you, just going through the motion of clicking create pipeline, adding stages, done, naming it, all of that, it's the confidence builder, but it's going to give you the experience you need. So please, number two, go set up the pipeline with the stages. And number three, tag or add notes to 2 contacts. This one's a little trickier, hence why it is number trace here. And it does take a little more like, okay, this isn't as simple as I thought, but again, the video covers it. This is really important because this is something that is like a higher level skill, and understanding it really gets you to fine tune and narrow in on, you know, like one certain client or a client avatar type. So please make sure you pause the video and you do all 3 of these. And once you are done with all 3, go down below in the comments and let me know how it went. If it was easy, if it hard, if it was stupid, whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. It's very important. Or you can just say, I did it, because I'm going to be looking for the people, the action doers, for whenever I do bonuses and stuff. So it's very important that I can see who's actually trying here. So make sure you go through and you complete all 3 of these. And I recommend you pause it right now and you go do it. Thank you for watching, and great work completing your action steps. And if you didn't just do the action steps, make sure you go do them. So thank you again. Make sure you drop any comments down below if you have any questions at all, and make sure you check out that 30-day free trial if you're interested in mastering high level and getting all those bonuses. Now what I want you to do is I want you to watch part number 2 that's going to pop up at the end of the screen, because that's going to be going into the marketing tab. And it's very important that you do it in this order so you can learn high level as fast as possible, so you can hopefully make money fast as possible. So please watch the video that pops up at the end of the screen. Make sure you watch it.